there.
All right, grasshoppers, we're going live here. This is a little bit of a surprise show today. You guys know Breshner, and I don't know how we're going to start. So we'll start with Pete. Pete, we met. Pete, first of all, we want to thank Pete for all his service. He's a retired New York City police officer for many years, and we're going to give him a hard time. We like doing that, but we're really honored to have him as a friend because of what he's done in the past. He's not a very nice man at all. He was
on the short detail, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. We do call him Joe Pesci. If you're around him at all, I think he buys his cologne at a pizzeria, and it might be a little bit of a time.
I'm all good with it. Listen, when I stop getting my chops broken, that's
you're in trouble.
That's a bad sign.
You're in trouble. And our special guest, the guy we're really excited to have on, we are excited to have you on, Pete. The guy we really have excited on is Liam Trainer here. Liam is a huge hockey fan, very good friends with former Ranger coach John Tortorella, and he's also friends with a gentleman we call Suitcase. Suitcase used to be a defenseman with the New York Rangers, and he played on just about every team in the National Hockey League now. That's Michael Del Zotto. Liam, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. Didn't know you called him that, but
no, we just did. Gresham, I just made that up this morning.
Yeah,
that's we call guys that get traded all over the place. So,
yeah, we're doing. I'm doing good. Just
good, excellent. So, Liam, you're just finished your classes this morning. What 11:10 you got done? So you're home.
Yes. I
home?
just finished. Yep. My college is opened, but I'm doing it remotely just because of my situation, and I don't want to get the virus and get sick. So
that virus wouldn't hurt you.
Exactly.
I've been out with you a few times. That virus would never hurt you.
What's that right, Gress? Is he pretty tough? Is he?
He's an amazing young man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Pete. Oh, sorry.
You said amazing,
no.
I think you meant amazing little man.
We met. Yeah, that's right. No, we met last year, and we became friends. And
yep,
we've done a lot of what do you call those things? Like
FaceTime.
Well, yeah, FaceTime things. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of them I fell asleep because Pete was talking. But other than that, when Liam was talking, it was okay.
So we give Pete Pete really is not that short, really, but we give Pete a hard time. He'll post pictures every once in a while when he worked a lot of Ranger camps. And we had one picture one time, and I don't know, it worked out where the kids were on their knees and Pete was standing there beside him. And it made it look like Pete was about 2 feet tall. And of course, Gresh and I couldn't wait to jump all over that. Pete, how long were you a police officer in the city?
26 years.
Yeah. So, and you still have a lot of guys that are friends that are police officers?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I say, the best thing about social media now could be the worst thing and it could be the best thing. But, I lost a lot of friends along the way because of 9/11. I'm fortunate right now that after 26 years and doing 20 years in the Organized Crime Bureau that I was able to walk away with this. And I'm probably one of the few that can actually say that there's not one thing I would have changed throughout my career. I feel horrible for the communities and the cops and, every other agency. And it's, just not within our city. I mean, this is all over the country. It's bad times right now. And I just pray to God that things turn around and
take a breath. Oh my God, that's like the longest I've ever heard.
I'm starstruck right now.
Hold on a second. Hold on. One thing you did change though from the 70s.
What you changed? What from the 70s? Oh, it's mustache.
Oh, the mustache. Yeah.
Thank goodness. Liam, how is school at home?
It's different, very different. It's good. Some classes are harder than others, just because, I'm taking a class where I'm not even talking to the teacher; they're just posting assignments.
That's what I did.
So that class.
I did that my whole school career. The only time they talked to me is when they sent me to the principal's office.
Yeah.
Did they even have schools in Good Soil?
Yeah.
They had one room class. One room class.
Fit right in. There was a small school.
But it's like I said, it's different. So.
And Liam, how did you get to meet John Tortorella?
Wow. About 10 years ago, I met him through the Garden of Dreams. So I was going in for a big surgery, and I saw a commercial, so I pointed it out to my parents. And the process of the Garden of Dreams is you have to go to a doctor, your primary doctor, and they have to write a letter on your behalf. So my doctor is one of the top doctors in the world for orthopedic surgeries. So he wrote a letter to the Garden of Dreams on behalf of Columbia Presbyterian, and I guess they liked my personality from reading the letter, and they said you can come to the training facility, watch a practice, meet the players, and then I got to go to a game the next day with all my family members and stuff.
That's cool.
And I was asking, he was coaching the Olympic team back in 2010. So I was asking him a bunch of questions about the Olympic team and like the process of picking players and like what he looks for. And I guess he liked the fact that I knew my stuff, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So he just took a liking to me. And when I went in for
that's hard to do.
Really? It's not
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
He's not very
And I'm not a very likable person. You can ask my brother and sister.
Well, that's why your friends are Gresh. He's the same way. He's not very likable either. Gresh.
Hey, that's why me and Mr. Liam get along.
Yeah. Two, you're not very likable.
Yeah.
Nobody else likes you too. Is that what it is?
That's it. We're okay with that though, right, Lee?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But so we called my mom as I was in my surgery, and he was checking up on me every 2 or so days and stuff. And he actually went in for a surgery prior to my surgery, so we kind of connected over that, like rehabbing together and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
And 10 years later, somehow he kept me around.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. We were talking before the show how like anybody that's met Torque at all, he's a great guy. He's like an animal lover and dog lover and all that, great family guy and everything. He puts on that act, right, that when he walks in the rink that he's the tough guy and everything. So Liam, what were you telling me about what the players say when you're around?
They light up, their face lights up because they know I'm coming.
Yeah.
So they're like, thank God, I'll take it easy for once.
So Torque is in a good mood.
Yeah.
That's great.
Liam, don't listen to this. I like Tortorella as a coach, so I don't want to tell Liam that, but
yeah, you like him?
I think he's a great coach. I think he's got a lot of I don't want to say old school because that's not that doesn't sound right because all the coaches weren't like that, but he's got a lot of fire, and he wants to win and I mean they end up losing this year to a great team. That last year that smoked them, So they were, but I like the way he coaches and the fire he's got in him.
And he's told me a bunch of stories where he, like the media, right, is where he gets his most, like, flack from everything.
Right.
And he's told me stories where these reporters, they're not, I shouldn't say best friends off when the camera's off, but they're good friends. They're close.
Yeah.
And then once that camera turns on, it's like they're out to get him. So it's kind of.
Well, I think him and Larry Brooks are actually pretty good buddies, right? They've had some famous battles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have had Liam.
But,
Liam, if you look at Tommy Laidlaw, I've had that with him for 40 years.
I had to room with him. Man, it was tough.
Look where he is today. Look where he is today.
Yeah. Right for that.
And we hung out. Me and Tommy and myself hung out a lot, and I'm not sure why we're still here.
Still alive?
Yeah, but we're
Really?
Tom gets up. Tom lives across the street from me. I get up at 3 o'clock to go to the bathroom, and Tom's walking outside.
Liam, I just walk around circles too. I don't know where I'm going. I'm wandering. Walking around.
But Torts is he's a great guy. Like he was my confirmation sponsor. He spent the whole day at my house. He's one of a kind where I mean that in two different ways. Nobody could ever coach like him or whatever, but he has that kind of personality where he's the softest human being. He just doesn't want you to know it, because once you know it, you're in with him.
Yeah.
and there's no going back.
So, Liam, how did you get to meet Pete here?
How did we meet, Pete?
Well,
You
years
invited me to
ago-
the Ranger game?
Well, not just that. Years ago, I was fortunate enough where I guess hockey played a big role in my life, and it's going to sound crazy, but it kind of emulates the hockey family. And I did a lot of volunteer work with the Garden of Dreams. I've worked with Ronald McDonald House, doing different events with them throughout the year. Skate with the Greats, which was always a biggie with the Rangers. And again, I was fortunate enough to be part of this all. And again, that commonality between the actual job and being a family and somewhat giving back to something where, you see the brightest in people, you see the darkest in people, and then you got people with you that see you through your darkest of days and your brightest of days. So before Liam became, I guess, what you want to call a rock star now, because he thinks he's
I'm no rock
he thinks
star.
he's all that.
I'm
Yeah,
no
I
rock star.
I can see it.
It all became
I'm not a
rekindled
rock
when
star.
my son started going to school with Liam.
Yes.
And again, he could probably give you an analogy of how he became friends with Michael Del Zotto, but both Liam, his siblings, his mom and dad, we hit it off, and he's got me in his life for the rest of his life and the rest of my life. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
you
a
can't
good
get
thing or
rid
a
of
bad
me,
thing.
Pete. You can't get rid of me that easy either.
Back. I'm just doing a Zoom right now.
Hey, it's just Corey. Hey, Gresh, remind me next time not to ask Pete any questions, right? Like he talks for like 10 minutes and you ask him a
No,
question.
I know. Like,
I'm not talking with an
I
accent,
went
though,
on longer than he did.
No,
it's
Liam.
okay. We don't mind you, Liam.
Yeah.
Listen to me. From now on, just ask him yes or no questions. Pretend we're in
Yeah,
court.
that's right, dude. What's your favorite color, Pete?
My favorite color, blue.
Oh, here we go. See that?
There we go. That's good. Short answer. That's excellent. All right, Liam. So, how did you meet Michael Del Zotto, Mr. Suitcase? What's he on like?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. It was just, but a little bit of a different story. I didn't hit it off with him right away. We connected, but then during the next year, Torch brought me down to the locker room one night, and him and I started talking, and then he was like, "Come out to the bench." So my dad helped me get onto the bench. We sat on the bench for like 45 minutes, and we were just talking, whether it was about sticks or whatever it was. And then my mom wrote him a letter, or I should say, me and my mom wrote him a letter, thanking him for taking that time out. And I guess it hit a chord with him. And keep in mind, he was only 18, 19 at the time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I'm the same age now as he was when I met him.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's we kind of grew up together in a sense, I guess you could say. So he received that letter, and it just struck a chord with him, and we've been friends ever since.
That's nice of him. I think that's really nice of him. I mean,
yeah.
It's not. This world is that you don't live that long in this world the way it goes, right? Like my father used to say. My father used to say, you'll be dead a lot longer than you're alive, so have a good time while you're alive, right?
Yeah.
And it's nice that people do that, and not just because of your situation, because you're interesting to talk to. Well, sometimes, like.
Thank you.
Last year when I met you in December, you weren't too talking. You were very talkative, but it was all I couldn't understand one word.
Incoherent.
I couldn't understand you at 5 o'clock. Okay. We went out and had a couple of club sodas together.
Is that right? Did you? Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah.
Nice.
And it was, we kind of hit it off right away because I had to go get surgery on my feet the next day because he ran over my feet about 40 times with his wheelchair.
That's right.
I couldn't see straight. I saw two of you.
Come on, you didn't get him drunk in the wheelchair, did you?
You know what? Pete was there too. So one thing
was
about
more
that,
Pete than it was Ron.
I could see two of Pete.
Right.
But it was fun. It was.
You had to bend down. You had to go on your knees to see one of them first.
Where were you, down in the city?
Yeah, we were down in the city, and We did it. It was a.
It was that Gardner Dreams game.
Yeah, I did a game.
Yeah,
with
Gresh,
a coaching game, right? Which
Gresh
I won
was our coach.
again, which I never lost a game yet. And so then
well, yeah, because you never put Pete on the ice. Him and that muffin of his.
Yeah, well, listen to me. I've seen Pete skate. I'm glad he's teaching. But anyway, we had, and I went across the street to. I can't remember. I don't want to name the bar, but anyway, I went over there, and
because serving underage kids there.
No, they weren't. No, he wasn't drinking in the bar.
Oh,
no, he wasn't.
Okay. That nose is getting bigger,
Hold on a second. He wasn't drinking in the bar. Anyway, I don't know. We just started talking about stuff, and it was like became friends. You know, it's
like we knew each other for years. It was easy to.
I know that was. I'm going to myself after I left her. I'm going to myself. What the hell did I do here? You know, and I haven't missed one. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. I haven't regretted 1 minute of it. Becoming friends.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, no, I had a jersey for him too. Tom,
you never said that. You never said that to me.
I say it to you in other ways. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I say it to you by you not inviting me over for dinner. I live across the street. But anyway, and he makes great food too. You can invite us over once. You know.
I might invite Liam over.
I'm seeing those cooking videos. I'm gonna want that invite pretty soon.
Okay.
Right. Hey Liam, whatever you do on that invite for dinner, don't hold your breath.
Don't listen. There's certain people I invite over for dinner, and you're one of them.
Thanks.
Hey, we live across the street from each other, and Tommy came over here. I haven't been to his house yet. He came over here one day, and he helped me move a box inside. Right?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't help me. He did it himself. And everybody goes like, "You haven't been over to Tom's, and Tom hasn't been to your house for a drink." I go, "No." I go, "We've been friends. That's why we've been friends for 40 years. That's why we stay friends.
We don't spend too much time together.
We don't get involved in all the other stuff. We're good friends. We do a lot of stuff together. You know, stuff like this and that.
We're not dating.
What's that?
We're not dating.
No, we're not dating. We're good friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And anyway, that's how we stay friends, and that's how it's like we have a mutual respect for everybody's privacy. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first time I met you with my feet. Like there
Ran
wasn't
over.
very much respect for my feet.
Right.
My toes haven't been the same since.
Pete, you got a family, right? How many kids do you have?
My daughter is 26. She's a Fordham graduate. She went to Iona.
Nice.
She's into social work. Takes a lot of pride in what she does. My son Petey is a senior at St. Thomas Aquinas, where Liam goes to school.
Oh,
he's now a goalie instructor, and I guess I'm the failure of the family. My wife works for.
Well, I wouldn't call being short a failure.
Yeah, okay. My wife works for Westchester Arc, which covers all of the special ed schools.
Right. Is this your daughter right here, Nicole? Is that your daughter, Nicole?
Yes.
Cool.
He's got a nice.
Tom, I think I saw you do a.
I'm sorry, Liam.
Sorry, go ahead, Pete.
No, don't let Pete go ahead. Liam, jump in there.
I think I saw you do a video for our college.
Yeah.
Some sort of interview.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't realize that's where you went. They got interviewed. Jack was interviewing me. Yeah, he's a good guy there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Gresh, where'd you go to college?
I was going to go to college, but one thing stopped me from going to college. High school.
Those 12 years in high school didn't work out too well.
Well, it wasn't 12 years in high school. It was the last 3.5 years that I didn't show up.
Oh.
You know what? I couldn't find the school. I didn't have a map back then. If I'd had Google or something like today, you know, all that GPS thing, all that stuff, I could have found my way to school.
Hold on there. We got to straighten Pete out a little bit. You said she was 26. She's 25.
She's going to be 20. I consider her 26 because she acts a lot older. And I'm getting old, so I can't count no more.
You meant to say she's in her 26th year.
Right.
Well, she's going to be 26 in January.
January. Yeah. What are you getting her for a present? It's just between us. Nobody else will know.
Just tell them.
I don't know. Probably I don't know. Maybe I'll give her a Ranger hat or something.
Ranger.
Well, maybe.
How about this? Maybe you can give her this.
My mask.
Exactly. Liam, maybe I can get him. Maybe I can get her a jersey like Gresh sent you.
Yeah.
I didn't get it yet.
I think
He said he lost it in the car.
Stolen.
I got another one coming. It'll be here on Friday.
Which Friday?
What?
Which Friday?
I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
exactly.
It'll be here this Friday,
This Friday.
the 2nd of November, October, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Is that the date? Is that the 2nd?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, Friday's the 2nd.
That's the day it's coming. I ordered it last Thursday. I had it laying in the back of my car.
Yeah.
Nice day out, driving around, went to CVS, come out, driving, come back. This is like about a month ago. Come back, never put the windows back up, the sunroof closed, get inside, sitting there, get in the car. A week.
You can
driving
reach.
around.
You can reach the pedals, Gresh.
Oh,
You don't have to get a step stool to get up there
yeah.
and try to.
Not till I get my new truck.
What'd you get at CVS, Greg? What'd you buy when you were there?
I went in and bought, what do you call it?
Geritol.
Stool softener.
No, I start taking this stuff.
Pete bought stool softener there. He thought it was for his stool that he stepped on.
Puts it on his eyes.
He's rubbing it on the stool there. And he's sitting on it. It's all over his rear end now.
To make the stool taller.
He sits on his stool so much he wanted to soften it up. He said, "Oh, this works."
I can't wait till the next clinic I do with you guys. Let me tell you.
Oh,
Oh God.
Gresh, did you get all your shelves put up and everything so you can put all your stuff away?
No, I got one up. And my son's coming over when he gets out of bed. My son's working. He works over at a restaurant in Armonk, Fortina. And so he's been working over there 5 days, and he works Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So you got to give him a break, you know?
Yeah, but this has been going on for like a month now.
No, a week. It's only been last Monday.
Okay. Right.
You know?
Well, Liam, what are your major?
It'll be a month, Tom.
Yeah.
I am majoring in sports management
Oh,
with kind of a focus in athletic administration.
cool.
So yeah,
I was an agent for 22 years. Representing players. So
I did hear that. Yes.
so you want to help? I'd love to talk to you about that stuff. That's great.
Yeah.
Pete, what are you
I'm
studying?
hoping.
Are you going back to school or anything like that? Or?
Tom, please ask yes
Oh,
or no.
that's right. Sorry. Okay.
I want to say one thing about Liam because I know we're going to be ping-ponging back and forth, but after being involved with USA Hockey and about, being around a lot of the alumni are totally different than current players. Not to take anything away from them, but being that you guys lived the life that you did, the current players now are concentrating on themselves and to make themselves better. I've had the privilege of being with Liam, and I could tell you right now, for a young man the way he is, if you've seen the way that he sits down and watches a game, not just being a fan, he sits down and watches a game with a trifold coaching card with all the lines. He could tell you who's on the ice. He could tell you, they took this guy off this line, matching power plays. It is absolutely phenomenal to be able to sit there and watch a game with him.
There you go.
There he goes. There's his card.
There you go. So Liam, if you can,
Liam, you should hang out with my mother then. My mother's 97 and does the same thing.
Really?
She just loves the game. Like she told me last year she can't understand why hockey doesn't go 12 months a year, right? Have 2 Stanley Cups, makes sense, and play 2 seasons, like 48 games each season. Have 2 Stanley Cups, and her dream came true.
Yeah.
So Liam, if you had a dream job in sports, what would you want to do?
I want to coach, be obviously in the NHL in some capacity, whether it's coaching or whatever it is.
Very cool.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, what happened if they had you up like what do you call those guys that are sitting upstairs?
Yeah,
the sky, whatever they call it. What's that guy
Yep,
called?
yep.
Tom?
I Am the Sky, I think.
I Am the Sky.
Yeah,
But
you got it right.
what is their duties? Like what they follow? Like
I think they're just like telling the coaches what the line combinations are for the other team, and like if they're changing up the lines or whatever, and if they're seeing anything systematically different with the opposing team. But
nice. I like
yeah.
it.
I guess Dallas's guys fell asleep last night.
Liam, did you hear me tell a story about we had a coach back when Ted Sater was coaching, and Nick Vitillo had taught me to put the baby powder in the hairdryer, and the coach was Jack Burtz. He was the eye in the sky, and so I thought it'd be smart, and I put the baby powder in the hairdryer before the game, and Jack Burtz did his whole routine where he worked out and everything, and he put his contact lenses in, put his suit on, and then he had it all timed. As soon as he was all done, then he would go upstairs, and he went to dry his hair, and it was like I didn't get every hair dryer. There's about 5 of them. And he happened to grab the one hair dryer with the baby powder in it and turned it on in his contact lenses. Like we're about 30 seconds away from going on the ice at Madison Square Garden for the game. And he's screaming, "Laidlaw, I'm going to kill you!"
I remember that. He looked like Casper.
The guy. And I would love to tell you that I really planned it to get him, but I didn't. It was to get guys after the game, but it was funny. So
it was unbelievable. Some of that stuff.
But
Who was the funniest player, or I guess the biggest goofball when Tommy and Ron, when you guys played together? Who would you say, like, if you could pick out one guy? Who would it be?
Yeah, Nicky.
Oh, Nicky? Yeah, absolutely.
But Nicky, like, one time I hurt my shoulder. I had a separated shoulder,
This is a good one.
So Nick is out in the ice. So I can walk in the locker room. I got the thing on your shoulder like that, and like I see his shirt. It looked like a coffee table for like an Italian restaurant.
Tablecloth for
Tablecloth. So I go take it. And I put a little table out, put salt and pepper shakers, plastic plates, a little flour.
It was good.
Forks and knives right in the middle of the locker room. So practice is over, and Nicky's on the ice. There's a bunch of guys in there just howling, laughing, right? Nicky comes in. He sees it, doesn't even look around to see who comes tearing after me. And I'm trying to get away with my shoulder. He grabs the end of my nose and pinches the end of my nose that had turned red. And it was right before Christmas. And I looked like Ronnie the Red-Nosed Ranger, for Christ's sake.
The best of Nicky was like he loved to do practical jokes, and he was pretty good at practical jokes too. But whenever you got him back, one of the funniest parts of it was that everybody would scatter once you got Nicky back because he would chase people all over the place. He really didn't get mad. He'd get you back. He wasn't just mad, but it was pretty funny. Remember, there was a little establishment in Rye that we used to go to have an adult beverage. And it was a small little place, and it had this beam that ran down, and at the one end of the bar where you stood there.
Wasn't the pub, was it?
So the one end of the bar, you'd have to duck to get, if you're like 6 feet or above, you have to duck down to get to the bar, and then you had room. But Nicky, Nicky wasn't really a good drinker. If he had a beer or two, he would forget that the beam was there. He'd turn around and he would hit his forehead on that beam every time. Man, we were just waiting for it to happen. It was just hilarious, and we're dying laughing. Now he starts to chase us around, and God.
It was. I think one time Nicky was doing an interview with.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's on tape somewhere. We can't find it though.
Yeah.
With
Big Nose Phil.
With Phil Esposito. So those little blowhorns.
Oh yeah, one. Yeah.
So they start talking. I'd blow the horn.
Oh.
Then they would stop talking for a little bit, and they'd wait a little bit. So I was sitting. It was upstairs at Playland. They were doing it. I'm downstairs on by the ice, by the bench. They start again, blow it, and they're taping this thing. It's not live. It's being taped.
That was hilarious.
So they stop. Then they holler down. Who's ever doing that? Stop. Won't say anything. I'm just sitting there. I got nowhere to go. Where am I going to go? It's 11:30 in the morning. So another little bit goes by. I hear them start talking again. Blow it again. They were getting so because they keep starting over again.
Right.
Next time they did about 35, 40 seconds of it this time, maybe a minute. I started blowing it again.
And it was funny in the tape too because they would think that they were waiting Gresh out when he wants to. The video is fantastic because they would just wait him out. He'll go away. So he'd wait for a few minutes, then Gresh would go again. Man, Phil was getting so hot. Like at first it was funny. Phil was laughing. But then after, well, we got to find that video. That was classic.
It is classic. He was so mad. He wouldn't talk to me for like at least an hour.
Yeah. So Liam, you're a freshman then. This is your first year of college?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Right?
I'm a young November birthday. So.
Well, listen, it was great to have you on. Gresh is getting out of here. He's got to go. You got to do a Zoom call, Gresh? Is that what you're doing?
I got 12. I pushed it back to 12:15.
Oh, you're doing 12? We got time then. Okay,
I
excellent.
got a couple more minutes. Yeah.
Pete, what color is the grass? What color is grass?
Green.
There you go. Good answer. All right.
Okay.
We're just testing to see if you could expand that answer or not.
Oh, he could have. He could have been
Yeah,
holding it back. I can see it.
I don't want to take up Liam's time.
Yeah.
And I want to listen to Gresh's joke, so
Yeah.
I'll
Liam.
keep my mouth shut for a little while.
So
Yes.
you're still a Ranger fan though, right?
Yes, I am.
Who's your favorite Ranger today? Besides Tom
Well,
and
Mark
myself?
Stahl just got traded, so that's no longer.
You liked
the
him?
answer.
I like that.
Well, I was good friends with him for years. He's one of the last, or was one of the last remaining players from the original team when I first met them.
Oh yeah.
So him and I were good friends for obviously 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
So, but
what about today? The team right now.
team right now, probably Kreider.
Yeah.
Again, I'm good friends with him, so
Yeah,
he's probably.
he won't be around long.
Right.
Don't say that.
Liam's a jinx.
I'm joking.
Liam's a
Yeah,
jinx.
apparently.
The only time they get traded, if you buy a house, you get traded. That was the old thing back when
Yeah.
I was playing.
Yeah. So, Liam, what about Henrik Lundqvist? What do you think is going to happen with him?
Me personally, I think two options. I think he's either going to want to go get his ring from somewhere. I think Tampa has a good backup goalie, but I think if they play it right, he could end up there. Or I think they could be like, we'll give you the rest of your contract if you want to be a goalie consultant. You can do that and be like a goalie consultant with Benoit Allaire on the ice or something. But I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I would have thought if they were going to do it, the smart thing was going to do it when the pause happened. Tell them, we're going to bring these two goalies. You can come as a third goalie for an emergency. But I mean, if their starting goalie was really unfit to play, starting him probably wasn't the best result of the playoffs. I think if they were gonna start somebody, it would have been Georgiev, just because the younger goalie and faster.
I think Hank just had a really good record against Carolina, right, for the last few seasons. I think that may have been the reason they went with him, but I hear you.
Yeah, but playoff hockey is different than regular season hockey.
Yeah.
Look at the first 10 seconds of that game. They came out banging hard, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Brady Shea, that he got a big hit in early. That was the first hit he had in the last 10 years, I think.
Anyway, they had
that one hit set the tone of the playoffs because Jesper Fast isn't in the lineup for the next 3 games.
Very true.
After that hit.
Yeah.
So
they I think with Hank, they got it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing, after 15 years
it
he's
is.
been there,
and he's played so well for them too.
Oh yeah.
30 wins for the last 5 years, I think they said, or something. What was it? So 30, it's not an easy. Yeah. It's not an easy decision, especially for a guy like JD, right, who was kind of in that spot towards the end of his career, and kind of. I want to be careful here. I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing.
Go ahead.
But
blame it on Pete if you say the wrong thing.
Yeah. No, it's it's a difficult decision, right? Because Henrik is not only the face of the team, but he's the face of New York essentially. He does a lot with charity. He does a lot with the Garden of Dreams. I did a commercial shoot with the man for 8 hours one time, and he pushed me around the ice for the whole time.
That's cool. That's
He
great.
must be in good shape to be able to do that then.
Oh. That's a little dig there.
Good thing we're live.
It must be
Because if we
strong,
weren't
too.
live, I'd be saying something.
Did you run over his toes too, or it was only mine?
See, the
He
thing
runs
is,
over-
Gresh, he's quick enough to get out of the way. You have to get your cane. You have to take your cane and
You
put
get
it on
one
the
for
ground.
You get one for that. Okay, that's.
Oh, that's good. Good job, Liam. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Okay, it's 1-1 now. We'll try to end that in a tie, but I have to go to overtime.
No, I don't. I think Liam's had the best one of the day so far, right there.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Definitely. Really good. But well, Gresh, you get it going, right?
Yeah. I gotta
All
go. I gotta get going. I gotta make money somehow.
You know, watch the grass grow.
No, I gotta do this Zoom with this company for an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Is it an elderly home?
No,
Is it an interview to get into one?
no. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's like now that Pete's off.
Oh, thank you.
It's for this short company. They
Oh.
do Wall Street. They buy and sell shorts.
Sure,
Maybe I can get a pair. Maybe I can get a couple pair for Pete.
Yeah.
I could be a spokesperson.
You're a full person for a stool softener company.
Still, he used to be a high chair.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
All right. Well, Liam, it's great to meet you. We should make a habit of this.
Great meeting you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And we'll have
How about every 10 years?
every 10 years. Okay.
Hey, Pete, do I have to come over and help you off your chair over there?
Cool. You soft stool.
Listen,
The
the next time
I'll be
I
over
see
in
you-
5 minutes.
Liam, listen, you know me better than that. The next time I come to your house, I'm pulling the batteries from that wheelchair. I'm gonna leave you stranded in the corner.
We'll come and get you.
Go
Liam.
ahead, bro.
We'll come and get you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, Liam, you're welcome anytime.
Definitely. Great talking to you, Liam. Great to meet you.
For
Yeah,
sure.
great to meet you, Liam.
Good meeting you.
Pete, it was just good listening to you talk.
Pete, you want
You're gonna have to. Too
Pete,
bad
you
we're
wanna say-
live. You'll have to edit Pete out.
Pete, you want to say a half an hour goodbye, or you want to just say goodbye?
No, I love the both of yous, and I'm hoping to see you guys soon. Now that we're up and running with all these programs.
Yeah.
I got to tell you what Gresh said, and I don't believe this at all. What Gresh is saying, I hope we don't have to be with Pete in person because of that terrible cologne that he wears. That's what I don't know where.
I won't wear cologne next time.
Yeah.
Tommy, there hasn't been one gig that we worked where we haven't left. Right?
Hey, Pete, I have a question though. How does Tom get that close to you be able to smell the cologne?
Gresh, you said me you don't have to get close, is what you said. You just have to be in the same area code.
You can
I don't
smell me in the
remember that. I don't
parking
remember
lot.
that, but I don't remember. Maybe I have a bad sniffer.
I can
Maybe
smell you from here, Pete.
With that nose, Gresh, with that nose, you should be able to smell me through the screen right now.
I can, but I just can't see you. You're sitting down.
The smell-o-vision. All right, we're out of here, guys. Great job. Liam, we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah,
Bye, Liam.
good talking to you.
All right,
Pete.
thanks, guys.
See you guys.